Right, this is just going to be a quick video hopefully to give you a rundown on how to get your ini files uploaded to the Bethesda mod server so that they can be loaded on a PlayStation. So let's just get started then. I've laid out some windows so it should be nice and clear what's going on. We've got a creation kit in the bottom here with the fixes enabled just to make it easier to work with, make it actually usable. We've got in the top left, we've got the installation of Skyrim with the creation kit executable. In the middle here, which is going to be part of the process, is my temporary folder, which is located at your C drive, users, your username, app data, which is a folder that might be hidden, so you'll have to just check that. Then it's local, and then a folder called temp. Now you might have a load of clutter in here. It's usual for that kind of thing to be in there, just lots of files that Windows uses as a temporary storage. I've just collected them all together into this backup folder just for the ease of this video. But if you don't want to do that, just for now I would organise everything by date modified so that the latest files appear at the top. And then over here I've just got another folder with a .ini file, which is the one that I'd want to upload to the server and get working on a PlayStation, and also just an area where I can copy a file that's going to appear in this temporary directory. Yeah, okay, so let's get started. I've got nothing loaded up, this is just a fresh load of creation kit. So if I go to data, and we'll just tick everything. Okay. And just while that's loading, the reason for this tutorial about uploading ini files is because PlayStation have essentially blocked any form of external assets basically that go along with the plugins. Now that is still a thing, you can't get around that as far as I can tell. When you load a mod that has external assets up to the server for the PlayStation platform using the workaround that I've been using, when you actually get into the console and load up the mod, it'll download what looks like the whole mod as it would be on a different platform. But when you come to look at it in the load order, it is actually just the .esp file that it's ordering. There's nothing else that's going with that. So yeah, all your external assets and things like that, as far as I'm aware, still can't be loaded on a PlayStation platform. But with this workaround, you will be able to load in ini files, which are like the configuration files for the game, and that's just something that hasn't been written out of the PlayStation version of the game. Okay, so now that's loaded up, all we need now is just whatever mod you're going to create. For me, I'm not creating a mod, I'm just uploading this as a config file. So I'll just have a blank ESP. So if I just go save on that, and it's defaulted to the data folder, which is fine. Let's just call it 60 FPS. Okay, and then yep, ESP, and we'll save that. And let's just see, let's just double check that it's gone in there. So data, and up here we've got that file that I've just created. And just to make this upload with this file, I'll just rename this so it's the same. Okay. And then what you can see from this preview here is what the configuration information is. So just a quick rundown for the mod that I created for 60 frames per second. I used the block frame rate equals 0, which will unlock the console version to 60 frames per second because there's a engine lock put in place of 30. The one underneath that is probably not necessary, but it just ensures that VSync is enabled. That's on by default, I believe, but I kind of just left it in there. And then just as a precaution, I've put in the two Havoc physics lines, which are telling the game how fast to run the physics engine. So I wasn't sure whether to leave these out or not, but I thought with the game running at 30 frames per second, there's a chance that the physics engine would be running at 30 as well. So I put the times in there for 60 frames per second. And to be honest, if they are the same as the defaults, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, now I've created that file. I'll just copy that into here, or move it. So that's in there, named the same, which means that if you were to upload this to the Xbox or PC, they would both be packaged together and uploaded as one file, which you'll see in a minute. So just to get started here, just before you so the next step, is just to make sure that you're logged in. I've already logged into this just to save typing in my username and password. And then what you want to do now is, even though we're publishing to the PlayStation 4, we want to first publish to the Xbox platform. Archive necessary, we want to click no to that because there's nothing to include. And then just for now, we want to create a new mod. Call it anything you like, because we're only going to use this as a temporary creator. So for now, what happens is when I create, if you watch the temporary folder at the top there, when I press create, this is going to create a buffer file and then upload that file to the server. Now before you click close, because when you click close, that will then delete this temporary file, and then you won't be able to use it. So before you click close, just either move it or make a copy to a safe location. That this file then is going to essentially contain any configuration data that is essentially removed or scrubbed out of the PlayStation 4 version. So okay, upload complete. We click close that. We don't need to do anything with that. We can just right click on here and go delete, and then yes and yes. So that's that gone. We can close that down now. So this file was created through the Xbox process, which means that it contains that configuration data. I can probably just show you that now if I go open with, just untick that and click Notepad. And so we've got Notepad down here. So it's got the ESP there, the ESM, and then also underneath there in plain text we've got the configuration information as well. So that's just to confirm. I wouldn't edit this manually because it's got some strange characters in it, and I think it's just down to how the engine, the creative kit, has written this file. There's a chance that you might just corrupt the file completely if you change it manually. Okay, so close that down. So the next step is to now run through this with the PlayStation version. So if I go File, Upload, PS4, it's going to warn me that it will not support INI files, which is fine. This is just a warning. If you do not skip playing, so yeah, still want to upload it, that's fine. Got my mod here that's already been uploaded. So same again, we'll create new mod, and then I'll just call it test again because I'm going to delete this afterwards. If I scroll down here, it doesn't matter about these, but before we click create, what I need to do now is interrupt this next window as it's uploading the file, because what will happen is it will say it's failed to upload, and then it will give you a chance to then restart the upload process. So see if I can catch that, because it's going to be very quick. Seems that the file size is so small. It's going to be a lot easier if you've got a larger plugin file to upload an ESP file, because depending on your internet speed, it could take a few seconds just to upload that, which is going to make this a whole lot easier. So here we go. Let's just see if I can catch this now. Missed it. So you see how quick that was. When this button changes to cancel, you've just got to press that as quick as possible, but be very careful that if you double click it, it's going to close this window. So let's just delete that. We'll try one more time. Create new mod and test. And we've got to go. There we go, we got it. So upload cancelled here. We've got a temporary file up here that this has been created. And now all I need to do is take this, copy the name, paste that over the top, and then we will then click and drag this into here, replace the file, and then back to the creation kit. We can then click retry. It will then just reread this file and then upload it as it was. So we've essentially uploaded the Xbox plugin, which is containing that ini file, obviously, to the server, but under the PlayStation 4 flag. So if I click upload complete now, should be able to see I've got test, and then this file here, it's 393 bytes, and it's under the PlayStation 4 platform, which if I just close that down and check on the properties of this, that's 393 bytes, which coincidentally, if I open with Notepad, oops, contains the ini files. So that's it, essentially. When I click close, it's going to delete that now, but that doesn't matter, it's been uploaded. So yeah, that was the quick tutorial, hopefully, on how to do this. It's fairly straightforward. As I say, you can use this method to upload packages of external files, but I don't think that you can do anything with it. I've already tried this, and any external files are just ignored by the PlayStation game in the actual mods section. It just doesn't read them, basically, even though you have downloaded it to the game itself on the PlayStation. It just doesn't read it. So yeah, that's essentially it. If you've got any questions or anything, leave a comment, and hopefully I'll get back to you. But yeah, thanks for watching.